Here's how you know when a story is really damaging to Hillary Clinton. When even liberal commentators, when even straight news anchors are criticizing her, as in the case of the revelation that for 4 years as Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton used only a private email account. She didn't even bother to get a government email account. And so this disclosure by the New York Times has raised all kinds of questions, and it feeds a media narrative, and that is that she has a problem with secrecy and transparency and a blind spot when it comes to ethics. That may or may not be fair, but it comes on the heels of the stories about the Clinton Foundation fundraising, taking money from foreign governments, while it turns out Clinton was Secretary of State, and in one case violating the rules, and using the personal email, at least in part, violated federal law that said all government officials are supposed to do business on a government account. Now, for all the people out there who think that the liberal press is just swooning over Hillary and giving her an easy ride, let me point out that this story about the email was broken by the New York Times, that the stories about the foreign fundraising mess at the Clinton Foundation were broken by the Washington Post and the Wall Street Journal, and that even the New York Times editorial page scolded the Clinton Foundation and said it needs to stop taking this money. And so it's fascinating to watch this unfold because Hillary Clinton technically, allegedly, is not a presidential candidate, except I keep reading stories that say, well, she's going to declare in April. No, says Politico, she's going to declare in July. No, the Wall Street Journal tells us it's going to be April. And the pundits now saying she needs to get into this race because she doesn't have much of a campaign apparatus to respond to these negative stories. It's kind of circular reasoning. We're writing about her. She needs to respond. She needs to get into the race. But really, what's going on here is that the media want Hillary to become a presidential candidate tomorrow because they want to cover the campaign. They find her inaccessible. They want to have campaign aides and spinners and strategists and spokesmen who they can deal with. So all these reasons get invented. Well, she needs to start raising money. She needs a better team to respond to all this stuff. At the same time, when Hillary Clinton gets in the race, if it were to be tomorrow or in April or whenever, as soon as that happens, she becomes an even bigger target. She's going to be expected, or her team's going to be expected to respond every single day to all the slings and arrows coming her way. And also she has to deal with, she can no longer stay above the fray. So really what the media are trying to do is draw Hillary Clinton in, but I do need to make this point. It almost doesn't matter whether she's officially a candidate or not. She is the biggest target out there. There's nobody else on the Democratic side for reporters to write about, so all the journalistic firepower is trained at Hillary. Obviously, lots of reporters also looking at the whole range of Republican candidates and trying to subject them. People like Scott Walker and Marco Rubio and Rand Paul, people who haven't been national figures, to a vetting. But Hillary is good for ratings, good for clicks, good for circulation. We are training our artillery on her. And I think that's a healthy thing. And I also think whether she gets in officially or not, when she decides to do that is up to her. She needs to find a better way to deal with these self-inflicted mistakes that seem to be undermining her candidacy before she even declares it.